Hi Gemini, welcome to your September 2020 tarot reading. You're watching Earthling Tarot. Welcome back. So I used to start these out by explaining kind of the order that I do everything, like the order of the cards. But I'm just realizing that it ends up taking like 3 minutes of the video, and I just end out saying the same thing over and over. And also, I realize too, like, if you're not a reader or someone who is interested in that, it can actually just be kind of cumbersome to your understanding of the reading. So I'm probably going to leave that out from now on. One thing I wanted to say is that I'm going to be doing 2 new series on my channel. One will be birth chart explanation videos, and the other will be kind of like a circle type of thing, manifestation circle during the new moon, and an energy circle during the full moon. So if you're interested in those things, please click subscribe. And let's just get into it. So first up we have 3 of Swords in reverse, and this is actually a card that a lot of people got as their first card. So I think, and it was in reverse, I think, for like 2 other signs. So clearly a lot of people are in kind of like this state of sorrow right now. Kind of it could be like an actual loss for you guys. So maybe maybe you didn't get a job that you wanted. Maybe it's heartache. Some sort of I want to say partnership of some kind that you were looking forward to, but now it's not happening. It could also be that you were planning on going on a vacation or something, and you decided to cancel last minute, and so you're kind of sad about it. But at the same time, if you think about 3 of Swords energy, it's a lot about also understanding that hard times are just part of life, and out of sorrow comes joy, kind of in general. Like they come from the same place. And I think that you guys kind of have that understanding. I think that's almost the problem here, is that Geminis do understand that very much, like in your core, that you're going to have good and bad times. And I think that because you just have that understanding, you almost don't even, like earth signs, for example, will spend a lot of time striving for something, which can also be very negative for them. But they spend a lot of time trying to create something into their life, try, manifest something. And I feel like with Gemini, you're like, okay, this is just my place. Let's say you're an actor, so you're like, okay, I'm an actor. This is how I'm typecast. So I'm just gonna do those roles as they come in. And what you're kind of finding is, that's just an analogy, but like, or an illustration actually, kind of. It could be something different for you in your life, but basically I feel that you guys are kind of in a place where you're like, well, this is what I always do, so I'm just gonna keep doing that, and I'm not gonna change anything. But the problem with that is that you're creating this environment for yourself where you're probably having more bad times than good, you know? Like, let's say, going with the whole actor thing, let's say you're typecast, and you get good, like, opportunities, like, but every show that you do is like, it just tanks. Like, no one watches it, it gets canceled, you know, and I think it's because you guys aren't trying something new, you know? So for the next, that kind of goes into this card here, the Empress. This also came out in reverse. Normally, she's kind of like this depiction of pregnancy, kind of new ideas emerging, the birth of something. But I think you guys aren't, like I said, you're not letting yourself have that. You're not trying something new. You're not allowing the birth of new ideas because you're like, well, things just fail anyway down the line, so why bother? This is a very, it's a really dangerous place to be in life. Like, I feel like you guys are really comfortable here, but it has repercussions if you don't start to, and yeah, it doesn't have to be like something drastic, but maybe try one thing out of your comfort zone, and I think it's gonna lead to something good. Like a funny story, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey. Kind of a crazy movie. Parts of it are kind of bad, parts of it are good. But basically, it's like about this guy whose life sucks, and he doesn't know why he doesn't know why it sucks. He's just like, oh, life sucks, so it doesn't matter. But he's like, you know, he's got a fiance and all these things, but he's just avoiding everything in his life because he actually doesn't like it. And then he like goes to some sort of motivational speaker thing, and it's like called Yes Man, and it's like say yes to everything, say yes to life. So that's kind of what the character does. And then the slogan is that yes always leads to something good. So I think that is true to an extent. Too much yes is also bad. You don't want to say yes to everything, but I think you guys really haven't said yes to something in a really long time. You haven't allowed any creativity in your life. So maybe this is just like, pick up a hobby. Let yourself have the hobby. Let yourself work on a side project. Even if it's just something so small. No one has to know you're doing it. Or alternatively, it could be like a career thing. But I think it's something really, really small, like just, you know, starting a new hobby or something. And I think it's gonna lead to something. Not necessarily like that thing. So like, let's say you start a new hobby, you've taken up knitting, or it's like an old hobby, you're like back to watching anime, you know, back to drawing in sketchbooks, or, you know, you're learning how to swim or something. It's not like you're gonna become a champion swimmer. It's not like you're gonna start a YouTube channel and become famous. It's more like letting that thing into your life will allow something else in. Like, so, for example, if you start swimming lessons, maybe you're gonna meet someone there, like at your lessons, make a friend, or it'll lead to a job. Like, it's gonna somehow lead to something else that you didn't know you were seeking, you know? And so that's kind of what this is about. This is the unexpected thing that's gonna happen. You know, when you take your swimming lessons, when you're watching anime, maybe you're gonna have some sort of brilliant idea, but I kind of feel like this is something that almost happens on its own, because you've stopped being in your like work mode, um, your life is stressful mode, your I'm just a cog in a machine mode. You really have to break that up. And this is like all the good that's gonna come out of it. 8 of Wands. You know, this is a guy shooting a shot. But look at all these other shots happening simultaneously that he didn't even know about. You know, he's just doing this stick here. But all these other sticks are also going in his direction. So, you know, you don't have to aim high. You can just do one small thing. And I think it's going to make a big change in your life. And then, surprisingly, here we go. You had the reason of not trying the new thing because you thought, well, I can't handle more, leads to bad things, leads to stress. You're not going to be stressed. You're able to dip your toe in the activity and have abundance. Okay, so that's it for your reading, you guys. If you enjoyed it, it resonated, leave me a comment down below. Thank you. Bye.